Possibly.
Reactor. Don't think like that anymore.
Radiation levels are dangerously high in there. Let me know if you need any radiation protection.
Alpha
I'll communicate with you through their intercom system while I monitor everything from out here.
Decontamination sequence. Examination complete. You may proceed.
Beryllium agitator should be in a port at the top of the reactor. Something's up. False alarm.
Please wait. Examination complete.
Sensor alert. Anomaly detected. Weapons hot.
Is someone present? was able to keep the Institute from getting their hands on the beryllium agitator.
I'm glad to see you're still in one piece.
I wouldn't have made it without your help.
That's funny. I seem to remember having to talk you into letting me come along. Anyway, we shouldn't stand around here talking. We've both got a lot of work to do. In the meantime, I'll take the agitator and stow it on the Pridwin for safekeeping.
Here you go. I can't think of a better place to keep it.
That's because there isn't one. You know, I'm not sure what the Institute wanted this thing for, but I'm glad we got it first. Now scoot.
I've made my choice. The Institute is now our enemy.
I always knew that day was coming. The question now is, what are we gonna do about them?
I say we attack. Take the fight to the Institute.
I'm all for that, but we don't have any way to hit them yet. You should give Sturgis that holotape with the Institute data on it. With any luck, he can use it to find some way in. In the meantime, we can focus on building up our strength while Sturgis is working his end. No half measures. This time, when we attack, we finish the job, once and for all. I'll let you know if I hear of any settlements that need our help. In the meantime, make sure to offer help to anyone that needs it. That can only help our cause.
So you're the new knight I heard about? Glad
Excuse
to have
me,
you
Proctor
on the team.
Ingram. Do you remember that holotape of Institute data I gave you? I really need it back.
I'd appreciate knowing why you want me to hand over highly sensitive data first.
I'd like to share the holotape with the Minutemen. I think they need it as badly as we do.
I'm not sure why you trust them with it, but it's up to you. After all, you're the one who got it in the first place. Here's the original. Already made myself a copy.
My old man taught me that duct tape could fix anything. I don't think he was talking about bullet holes.
Here's a holotape I happen to have. Full scan of the Institute network.
Well, all right. I'll start digging into this and see if I can make heads or tails of it.
We need a way to bring the fight to them.
Let's hope we got something we can use. Well, they sure aren't gonna fall for that teleport hijacker trick twice. Even if it wasn't a smoking pile of scrap metal. All the good stuff on here's gonna... After that...
I prefer laser weapons myself.
Lancer Captain Kells has informed me that the Institute's on high alert, and you're to blame. Explain yourself, Knight.
I didn't realize it would make you so angry.
Didn't realize.
My apologies, Elder.
Apologies are meaningless. Brotherhood soldiers take responsibility for their actions and move on. I expect no less out of you. Fortunately, this incident doesn't change our current strategy. We have a contingency plan that's already being put into effect that should ensure completion of our special project. Now, on to other matters. Thanks to the success of your reconnaissance efforts, it's time to advance our operations to the next phase. I want you to report to Proctor and Knight. Don't disappoint me again. Dismissed.
Getting a bit of twitch on prop 3. Adjusting torque. So, I bet you're eager to get your hands...
Whatever it is, I'm sure it'll help us crush the Institute.
It will, but we've got a lot of work ahead of us first. Come on, it's this way. Unless you're blind as a bat, I'm sure you've noticed that we've been building a gantry on the tarmac. Maxon and Kells have been looking for something that'll tip the balance when we go toe-to-toe with the Institute. Now, the Pridwin might be a big beast, but she's not built for fighting. That's where our new project comes in. This storage bay full of parts is what's left of Liberty Prime. The Brotherhood used it in the Capital Wasteland as a weapon against the Enclave. It's the most advanced robot the Brotherhood has ever had at its disposal. Fortunately, Liberty Prime was destroyed in the line of duty. I've spent the better part of the last few years piecing him back together. And if you think that was easy, try rebuilding a Protectron while you're blindfolded. In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational, we're going to need your help.
No problem. I'm sure this only looks worse than it actually is.
I wish I had your confidence. Because this is not going to be easy. Now, the good news is that we've got most of Prime's parts for. The bad news is that it's gonna take more than. The first problem is his CPU. It's fragile, and every time we.
There's gotta be a way to solve that.
I do all the maintenance on the.
Sure.
As much as I. What we need is a robotics expert. And there's someone in Diamond City. Her name's Professor Skara. Locals say she's a wizard when it comes to fixing robots. Why don't you head over there and see if you can talk her into helping us? Oh, and take this with you. Once she sees one of those cerebro fusion adapters, I'm pretty sure she'll have a tough time saying no. In the meantime, I'll prep Prime's CPU and we'll see if we can't get the big guy moving.
I have somewhere to be. Sorry.
Sorry to let you down, but I'm afraid I'm not in the mood to teach biology lessons today.
If something's wrong, maybe I can help.
It's my colleague, Professor Skara. Her normal field expeditions never last more than a few days, but it's been over a week now. I'm afraid something terrible has happened to her.
Why are you so worried about her?
Well,
Come on, Doctor. You're taking it more personally than that.
let's just say I take the advancement of science very seriously. The last place Professor Skara said, I'll mark it on your map. Look, if you find her, could you tell her to come home?
back alley bowling. Step right this way and I'll get you. Stop! Stop! You have to pay! It's just little
Professor
old
Scara.
much.
Excuse me, but this is a private research site. If you're here to study these robots, I'll have to insist you relocate to somewhere else.
Actually, I was looking for you.
Oh, well, that puts an entirely different spin on everything. My name's Professor Scara, and the whole thing's rather complicated. Perhaps I'll explain. So, now that I've formally introduced myself...
Pack your things. You're working.
Am I?
Uh-huh.
While I'm flat, perhaps if...
We need your expertise to get Liberty Prime back online.
Liberty... Oh, yes. Intriguing as it's...
Right.
Perhaps you could come back.
Maybe this'll change your mind.
Intriguing. So, it's quite an ingenious little device. But it could use some work.
Sure.
I'll wrap up my collecting trip and meet you at your headquarters. Now, if you'll... Let me finish up here, and I'll meet you at the airport.
Didn't you hear me coming? Now I have to fight. Bloody That's a good start. Now
Remember, the use of force against customers is strictly prohibited. Be on the lookout for thieves, trespassers,
Proctor.
Well, things are off to a good start. Isn't that right, Professor?
You call this a good start? This poor thing's memory core was completely corrupted. Haven't you people ever heard of inertial dampeners? Titanium shock casing? It won't be easy, but I should be able to make a few modifications and get his basic functions online. If you can keep your inept scribes from slowing me down.
Charming, isn't she?
Sorry about that, Ingram.
Don't worry about it. Besides, Scara's worth all the aggravation. I've never seen someone so proficient with Prime's power system. In fact, we're ready for you to start building his electromagnetic actuators.
Never heard of those.
I'd be surprised if you... The actuators are what allows Liberty Prime's arms and legs. Prime's new limbs are way too heavy for the simple... We're gonna have to rip those out, construct a... What we need you to do is build the actuators for...
All right, Ingram. Enough with the school lessons. Here's a list of...
Now, before you get that look on your face, you'll be happy to know the only thing we need you to head out and find is,
Sure.
according to Proctor Quinlan, the best place to find one. We've already sent out a few teams.
Once you start building the actuators, we need one for each limb. Good luck.